This was my art. It was everywhere. And then it was stolen everywhere. Let me take you back to 2010 when I started really improving my Photoshop skills. I started looking at Photoshop as I do AI now as a tool, and I wanted to utilize it to start a clothing company. One of the many things that fail. When the clothing company started to come together, I was doing tattoo conventions, rent a booth, and have all this merchandise there, and I would sell stuff, canvas, posters. It was going pretty well. I was fairly happy with what the response was. Not everything was selling, but the things that were let me know what I was creating next. That was how I was learning trends. 2012, I did the biggest tattoo convention, or I thought was going to be the biggest convention I had ever done. It was this massive show. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records for apparently its size. I invested in inventory, posters, canvas, and I hauled all of this stuff to this convention in Las Vegas. Convention was exciting. I was there ready to sell, and then it was a bust. Less than 200 people showed up when there should have been thousands that were supposed to come through this place. Over the next 2 days, I really didn't grasp the weight of what had just happened and what I just lost. I'm stuck with all this inventory and nowhere to sell it. And around the second day of the convention, a gentleman came to see me at this booth, had interest in one piece. Would you be interested in licensing it? What's that? Well, we can get it into stores and you get a percentage, small percentage. And within a few days, I signed a contract with them. They're going to go through and place this piece into retail stores, and we're going to get it out there. Now, 10 years goes by, and I have a working relationship with this publishing agent, and they go through and they help put my work everywhere. As someone who creates, to have what they're creating out there and seen by thousands of people, it was a great feeling. Here's where it gets messy. Little did I know how popular some of these pieces were. And as time went on, I was seeing more and more of these stores, to the point where I was walking down Venice Beach, and it was amazing to see there are my posters with 2 different vendors on the beach. And I thought, cool, how did they get them? And then I started looking further into it. It took some years later down the road to realize the scale of the work that I had, that I was out there in circulation being stolen. When I first started seeing some of my stuff being stolen, I didn't really care, because like I said, this is not fine art. I'm not Picasso. This is stuff that goes into a dorm room, stuff that goes into a t-shirt bought by blue-collar workers. And they're my biggest supporters. I love that. The scary part was there was a lot of imagery that I created that was not meant to be sold. And this was stuff that was just posted to my Facebook or Instagram, and people were stealing this stuff and placing it into a variety of merchandise. Now I know you're thinking, well, why wouldn't you just sue them? It's copyright infringement, right? If it were only that easy. When you're dealing with big companies, good luck, especially if you're a small business. Oh, and those other companies that are in China or overseas and they're stealing your stuff and selling it, good luck finding them. Those pop-up shops in the malls that once you threaten legal action, they disappear. They're gone. You're going to spend more money in lawyers' fees trying to track people down, trying to get people to court, and getting cease and desist letters. All of this stuff costs money, especially when you're going after a bigger company. Truth is, they had lawyers, and I was just some guy with some Photoshop skills. Now, over time, that's changed, of course. Now, you'd think I'd be mad about people stealing my work, but here's the thing. My work traveled farther than I ever thought it would. Of course, going back to this, it's not the type of work I want to be known for, but that is changing. Now, it's time to create the art I'm truly passionate about. And I also plan to open up a little bit more and start teaching a little bit of what I do to hopefully help and inspire. So if you want to learn something, or if you have any ideas of things you want to hear from me, please let me know. Yeah, you're gonna see.